So, in the latest chapter of One Piece, chapter 979, we get the name of Kaido's son, Yamato, his quote-unquote idiot son, Yamato. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was actually surprised, because I thought that we were gonna get Yamato, like, even his name, like, at some point in September or October, like fall or winter of this year, because I really was expecting Oda to really prolong Yamato or prolong Kaido's son reveal, and we haven't seen him yet, fair enough, but like his name, like even that, I thought we were gonna get a ways away. But here we are, relatively soon after hearing about Kaido as a son. A few chapters later, we get Kaido's son named Yamato. It is not Benson, so unfortunately Kaido's son Benson, unless Yamato translates directly to the name Benson, I don't see it happening. Though, you know, fingers crossed. As far as I know, Yamato is harmony, it's peace. But fingers crossed, maybe Yamato means, you know, Benson. But that being said, Yamato is tied to a very important announcement, right? And this important announcement is actually going to be something after the alliance is announced. And this does kind of throw Ulti off in the chapter. Like, wait, Hana, what? That is ever so annoying, Kaido. Like, what the hell, man? Like, why would you not give us the details of this ASAP? And then Kaido just looking at Ulti like, yeah, blah, blah, I know. Kaido says to Ulti, but if I leave with that announcement, it'll only cause confusion, which is very intriguing. It has to be last on the docket. Otherwise, if it wasn't last on the docket on what to talk about, then it would cause confusion among the Beast Pirates, among the ranks. So, essentially, the Flying Six were called in by King, and mind you, King did trick them to doing so, but they were called in by King to find Yamato. And Black Maria states that finding Yamato would be a very formidable task, which could mean several things. So, the first thing that comes to mind is that Yamato's actually good. Nice. Meaning he's good combat-wise. He ain't no slouch. Where he would require potentially, literally all of the Flying Six, to get Yamato. Now, that does seem like a bit much, honestly. It really does. Because the Flying Six, I would compare, for the time being right now, I would compare them to guys like Oven, Daifuku, maybe even Snacks, because they themselves are not commanders. They're probably close to the level of Jack and Queen and King, but they're not on that stage, therefore I can't say that they are on that level. Though, given the survival of the fittest and how they fight in order to maintain those spots, and how after they find Yamato, they're willing to give the Flying Six, in particular I think it's going to be Who's and Sasaki, a chance to directly challenge any of the elite performers, and how Who's in particular is very confident. Like, hell yeah, like, let's do this. Absolutely. Then I'm thinking that these guys are maybe, like, I won't go as far as say as powerful as Jack, but they could be competing with Jack to an extent. So just how, in theory, Snacks versus Cracker, they could compete, or Oven against Cracker, or Daifuku against Cracker, they could compete. Like, it wouldn't be a low diff. It wouldn't be like one shot, call it a damn day. No. Which is why I think it's excessive when it's a power thing, because if they called in all of the Flying Six just to bring in Yamato, that means to me that Yamato is probably the second strongest dude in the entirety of the Beast Pirates. Because even someone like King, who you would assume, for obvious reasons, to be the strongest of the lead performers, Who's Who, Sasaki, Ulti, Black Maria, and so on, they don't seem to be breaking a sweat when it comes to the opportunity on challenging any lead performer, which includes King. But if Yamato could be a problem for any of these guys, potentially all of them at once, it's like, wait, whoa. How good exactly is Yamato? So, power-wise, I think is a bit much when it comes to why Black Maria says, well, getting Yamato is a formidable task. I would think more so that Yamato has an ability that is in tandem somehow, some way with disguise or stealth, where it's actually very hard to find Yamato, which is why they need guys like Black Maria and Ulti and Page One, and so they need the Flying Six to try and search for Yamato. So the next competent guys outside of the commanders would be the Tobi Roppo of the Flying Six. And essentially all you need potentially is like one or two of them to find where Yamato is and then get him. And actually, in the chapter 979, we see some rustling behind Jinbei and behind Robin, and potentially that could be Yamato. Now, I did hear a theory or possibility that it could be Tama instead, because Tama, a lot of folks, and I think so, she'll play a role in this arc, a big role, because of her ability. And as far as we know, right now, Tama is in Wano country, as far as we know. So Tama could have snuck on board the Sun Ego, very similar to what happened with Carrot when they went over to Whole Cake Island. The same thing could apply to Tama as well. But the possibility of it being Yamato is also there as well. And just in general, Yamato could be, let's say, somebody that's a master of disguise. Something of that sort, where maybe not his ability, but more so who he is as a person is very well oriented with disguise. So he could be in the party right now just chilling, but they can't find him. But I'm leaning more towards his ability, whatever it is. So his own ability, which he probably has, could be a chameleon or some type of camouflage-based Zoan, where it's hard to find this guy, genuinely so. That, I think, makes more sense to me, rather than, oh, he's that strong, to where you need all the Flying Six, when all these guys should at least be on the same level as Oven, or Daifuku, or Snacks, because that Senior Officer role is a comparable role to the Flying Six, from Beast Pirates to Big Mom Pirates. Now, when it comes to the announcement itself, this is clearly a fairly important announcement. Now, I will not say, that the announcement is going to be as important as the alliance itself being officially formed, because the alliance itself is a tremendous alliance. We all know back in the infamous chapter 957, where we go over the Yonko bounties, Big Mom and Kaido teaming up, the Marines kind of equated it to even being worse than Goldie Roger himself, just because of the sheer number of bounty that Kaido and Big Mom have total. The threat level of Big Mom and Kaido teaming up is extraordinarily high. And when these two, after they have their clash and they have their feuds of fighting, when we see them next time they're smiling and drinking, we're gonna conquer the world together. So Big Mom and Kaido alliance is potentially like a world domination move, like a genuine world domination move. Now, the announcement that Kaido has after that, which pertains to Yamato in some way, has to be, it can't be just as big, but it has to be important, very important. And again, according to Kaido, if he leads with that, that's going to cause confusion. So, what are the options here? The first one, which I think is the most obvious one, but also one that I'm not necessarily a fan of, is a marriage. So remember here, recall here, Big Mom, she normally has marriages in order to solidify the alliances with her and other forces. So think of, let's say, Aladdin and Parline, or think of Capone and Chiffon, or think of Sanji and Germa and Pudding, where Big Mom has these marriages to kind of finalize and formalize the alliance between her and other parties. However, in this case, for like a pirate crew standpoint, this would mean, normally it would mean that the pirate crew member that marries into the Big Mom family, that crew is now then a member of the Big Mom pirate crew. It's like an extra precaution on top of sharing cups of fealty. So like we know when it came to the Luffy alliance, they shared cups of sake for loyalty, showing that yes, we will be loyal to the Straw Hat Pirates. The marriage is an extra precaution on top of that, to where now it's not just the loyalty of your crew, but also now you have Charlotte family blood in your crew. Because going even further, it's not a temporary measure. This is a lifetime thing. When Big Mom marries one of her kids to form an alliance, that alliance on paper, she intends to keep for life, which gives Big Mom an extra degree of control over said individual and pirate crew. But the Beast Pirates aren't gonna roll that way.
Nope.
The Beast Pirates don't give a damn about Tautland, about Whole Cake Island. They don't care. If Yamato marries, let's say somebody, like for example, because there's options here, because the championship is coming in, but we know, or at least it's safe to say, that the championship didn't go back to Whole Cake Island or back to Tautland. They were waiting there. We know that Smoothie and company, they were waiting there, and now they're coming in. Okay, fine. So if there is going to be a marriage between Yamato and somebody, it's got to be somebody on that ship. A lot of folks are pointing at Smoothie. A lot of folks are pointing at Smoothie, so Yamato and Smoothie marriage incoming. Or, like, let's say Gillette, because Gillette's there too. Lucky man. If he marries Gillette, or if Yamato is a young lad, like he's a teenager, like 14, 15, 16, I suppose Flaunt pay could work too. Now, I just said that, and you may be inclined to post some Jared Subway stuff in the comment section, but relax, okay? If Yamato is a young lad himself, 14, 15 years old, Flaunt pay could work too, and it'll be kind of like sweet justice in a way too. It'll be satisfying as all hell if, let's say, Yamato looked like Weevil, right? And that's what Flaunt pay got? Yeah! You see, that right there is called karma, because you're dissing one of the greatest characters in One Piece, Charlotte Charles Barkley Katakuri. How dare you? You get smited by karma, and you now have to marry some Weevil-looking dude. Congratulations. So, please, that could be a thing as well. But again, as long as Oda is reasonable, which he should be, and Yamato himself is a young lad, then would this person now stay in Wano country? Whether it's Smoothie, whether it's Flaunt pay or Gillette, would they stay in Wano country? Or would Yamato go over to Whole Cake Island? Like, how would this work exactly? And then going even further, do the rights of subordination apply? Big Mom is normally accustomed to people serving under her when they marry a Charlotte family member, but in the Beast Pirates case, that wouldn't be the case. And in fact, would Kaido want that from Big Mom when it comes to rights of subordination? Because this is Kaido's son, and as far as you know, Kaido only has one child. He's not like Big Mom, where Big Mom has like 100 different children. So would the rights of subordination be reversed? Or would it be equal, where Kaido and Big Mom, the Beast Pirates and the Big Mom Pirates, Yamato and whoever, are equal in terms of this union between the two forces? But then what would that look like in terms of how they orchestrate their global takeover? Is it a matter of, okay, let's take over the new world first, let's beat Blackbeard, let's beat Shanks, and then we'll decide later on who gets what? Like, let's say Big Mom goes for the East Blue and the North Blue, and then Kaido goes for the South Blue and West Blue? Like, the actual logistics of this could, in theory, be a bit tricky. And the marriage really doesn't help at all. So then going from there, would they really need a marriage? Like, would Big Mom really have to finalize or solidify the marriage when herself and Kaido came to a consensus after 2 or 3 straight days of fighting? Would the marriage really be necessary when we're talking about crews of equal, at least equal standing? Potentially, the Beast Pirates are more formidable than the Big Mom Pirates, potentially. So, would that really work there? I don't think so. It could be a marriage, that's very possible, but I'm inclined to say no. And also, it's more like that repeating, really? I'm not sure if Oda wants to do that again when it comes to the marriage, but that could be the case here. I'm more inclined to say this announcement probably involves Yamato taking up the reins in Wano country in Kaido's stead. Meaning, the Beast Pirates and the Big Mom Pirates, after the alliance is formed, you know, like, let's say everything goes according to plan, which it won't, of course, because Luffy's there, obviously. It's not gonna go according to plan. But let's say in a hypothetical world, Kaido and Big Mom, the alliance is formed, and then they set out across the world for world domination. Someone, I think, would have to stay in Wano country and maintain home base. Orochi and Orochi himself is not necessarily enough to maintain peace and order in Wano country. It's the Beast Pirates that are so far the most formidable foes in Wano country. We haven't seen any enemy samurai that have truly been formidable, and no one. Not Urashima, not Urashima, not the Oni Wabashu, not any of Orochi's own samurai. Potentially, the Mimimari Gumi, they could be solid, maybe, hopefully, maybe, I hope that they are, but there could be a chance that they're not. So the Beast Pirate presence has to still be very prominent in Wano country. It has been so for the past 20 years. That must continue. But if Kaido's not there, the samurai and the citizens may see this as a chance to revolt. And understand, from the viewpoint of Kaido, Queen, King, Jack, Big Mom and company, as far as they know, nothing is amiss. Nothing, Orochi as well, nothing is amiss or awry in Wano country right now. Everything has been maintained. I mean, Orochi knew it was going to go down, but he thought that everything was clean, the bridges are taken care of, they can't get to them in the Fire Festival, and so on and so forth. So in their minds, whatever issues come up after Fire Festival, they can take care of them, no problem, including Kid, Luffy, and so on. So, From that standpoint, in their mindset currently, if Kaido leaves Wano country and the samurai civilians want to have a revolt, Orochi could not handle that, which means that someone must stay back to maintain Wano country. Wano country is home base. Even though we do know, like in cover stories, like we see with Drake at the end of the pre-time skip, Kaido does have other favorite islands. Wano country is home base. That's where the weapons are made. Also, Kasagi as well is also manipulated in Wano country. Very important location for them, clearly. Yamato could be left in charge of Wano country, while Kaido and Big Mom and their crews go out for world conquest and world domination. The flip side could be the case too, but I doubt that. And the flip side would be if Kaido stays at home base, and then if Yamato is competent and Yamato is strong enough, and this could go in lockstep with the whole notion that you would require all of the Flying Six to bring in Yamato if he is that strong. If Yamato is that kind of dude, if he's that savage, he's the ace of the Beast Pirates, the Animal Kingdom Pirates, then maybe Kaido has enough confidence in Yamato. Though granted, says my idiot son, so I doubt that. My idiot son could mean a whole host of different things. Who the hell knows? Maybe like they have different views on the world. But that being said, Kaido could maybe entrust Yamato to lead the Beast Pirate forces outside of Wano country. But I would probably say the former rather than the latter in this case, where Yamato watching Wano country in Kaido's stead as Big Mom and Kaido go gallivanting across the entire world. So those are the main two general scenarios I see going down when it comes to the very important announcement. Either a wedding or Yamato is going to be in charge of Wano country. Kind of similar to, let's say, Big Mom in Thailand, where, let's say, Big Mom, she has her minister, so her family is in charge of other territories in the entire section of the New World that is Thailand. The same thing could be happening here with Wano country and Yamato is Kaido's son. However, other options, like let's say, for example, Yamato becomes the new captain of the Beast Pirates, like full on, for some strange reason. I don't see it happening in the slightest. Honestly, I really don't. I'll leave it at those two. So I'll leave it at those main two when it comes to what is possible in terms of this announcement. But it's a very important announcement nonetheless. So that being said, guys and gals, I am done. That is Yamato, his standing in the arc as of right now, as well as what this announcement could entail. We'll see what Yamato's about, hopefully relatively soon. But if not, then I'm not surprised. Again, I'm surprised we got his name this early. But when it comes to actually seeing the dude, I'm still going to say maybe summer, fall, winter this year. But if I'm wrong and he's coming earlier, fair enough. So let me know your stance on the subject matter at hand, and be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that, because I know that you all have a device called Zamaosu. You use Zamaosu to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad. And of course, as always, feel free to, please do, comment in the comment section down below. Peace, and have a nice goddamn day.